It's time to review a new fighting game! And this one is based on the Nitroplus universe! With a little bit of Senran Kagura Yakana hearts too.
Yes, let's do it! I know this might be harsh, but this game sucks.
まだ寝ぼけてんのか？これはニトロプラスブラスターズ。ニトロプラスロワイヤルは9年前に発売されたいろいろ面白いゲームだよ。
Yeah, the panda is right. Listen to the panda.
Okay then. Whoa, this opening really gets me pumped to kick some ass in a fighting game! But not really.
Okay, just to make things clear, there was once a plan to make a HD remake of Nitro Royale, but this was quickly forgotten, because that game was a fucking shit. Instead of doing that, Nitroplus made a partnership with Examu and Marvelous to create a completely new fighting game. And this was the result. Nitroplus Blasterz, Heroines Infinite Duel, for PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4.
Hey, that is a story mode? This better not be as awful as that Blade Arcus thing.
Don't worry, it's even worse than that.
What?
Heroines from many different Nitroplus games get summoned to a strange dimension and are forced to fight against each other by a mysterious entity.
我は死者の掟。我は魔の本性を暴く者。
Ooh, this is getting good. This will be a huge god-type boss, right? Hey, maybe it will be a combination of this company's most popular heroines into a single being. Yeah, that would be pretty.
It's just a freaking palette swap!
Yeah, sure. Why not?
The events during the story mode are very simple. Every single fight is more or less like this. Oh no! This cute girl who I never met before wants to kill me for no good reason! And then they fight! After that... Oh, I'm sorry! I was just being mind controlled by someone! Let's be friends!
And that's not all.
はじめまして、スーパーソニコと申します。お好きなモードをとりゃーっとお楽しみください。
They try to shove Sonic everywhere in this freaking game.
もしかして今お困りなのではないでしょうか。
She's always there saying the same lines no matter which character you are using.
After beating the game once, you unlock the Another Story mode, which takes more of a visual novel approach, like most of the Nitroplus titles. Unfortunately, the presentation leaves a lot to be desired, and the plot of this Another Story mode is pretty confusing to say the least. It seems that the characters are being controlled by Yoguru Mugen, a character that I know nothing about. And all the events in this Another Story mode are actually a reenacting of a play that I never heard about. All the roles in this play were replaced by heroines from many different Nitroplus titles, even though they will not be acting like themselves for the most part.
プロデューサー、よぐるま無限。監督、脚本、演出、その他もろもろ、よぐるま無限。プロローグにのみ顔を出す、名探偵キングジョン役も、よぐるま無限。あと、俳優の皆さんが演じるキャラクターは、必ずしも本人自身のペルソナとは一致しないので、そのつもりで鑑賞してくれると嬉しいよ。
And like it wasn't enough, it seems this mess of a story is actually canon. It serves as a prequel to Demon Bane and the manga DYN Freaks. But since this is a crossover, we shouldn't be expecting that much from the plot anyway. And since this is a fighting game, the most important part is the gameplay, which is actually really good. It's at least as good as Under Night in buff, and much better than the likes of Dengeki Bunko Fighting Climax and Blade Arcus. Each character feels very unique from each other, in both visuals and mechanics. You have balanced fighters like All from Demon Bane, but you also get characters like Anna, who is a projectile specialist. But there are characters who are specialized in close combat instead, like Saber from Fate Zero. Other than that, this game has close to 20 different helpers. Each player gets to pick 2 of those before each battle. They all have very unique animations and useful attacks, but they take some time to charge. By combining all those mechanics, you can create some powerful and beautiful combos. What are you trying to do now?
Can't you see? I'm trying to make combos, but it's not working for some reason.
Naturally! After all, this game has no newbie mode.
Yes it does.
Come again?
Well, this is more like a custom combo from Street Fighter Alpha. You spend 2 stocks of your special gauge to start a super combo. Depending on the button you press, the attacks will be different, giving chances to even more combos.
Yeah, sure. I totally knew that. Anyway, the animation quality is also pretty high. It's rare to see animation frames being recycled, and the moves are very creative. Each super move comes with a different anime clip, and each character has an ultimate super move, which plays a mini anime cutscene.
Talking about graphics, take a look at this cover art. Pretty good, huh? It was done by Tsuji Santa, a famous artist from Nitroplus, but the illustrations that are actually in the game are done by a bunch of unknown artists, and their skills are not nearly as good. As for the sprites, they look cute, even too cute. It works for small characters like Mora or Saya, but look at Saber, she looks like a fucking lolly. And look at those backgrounds, they are completely static and boring. It's even worse than the stages from Blade Arcus. Aquapazza was also developed by Examo, and the backgrounds were much better there. What the hell?
Now let's talk about the soundtrack. They made a really good job at turning all the awesome music from Nitroplus titles into a generic boring shit. All songs and themes got rearranged by Yoshihira Motoharu, the composer for Arcana Heart 3. And that's why every track sounds very similar to the soundtrack from Arcana Heart. The one thing that Nitro Royale had going for it was the soundtrack. It was really great, and much better than the soundtrack in this game. Just take a listen.
There's still one more thing I want to complain about.
兄様とかご主人様とか御堂とかどの人も一体何なんでありますか？
Yeah, that.
レイジもどこかにいるのかしら。クロどこにいる？我が主よ、御堂。
みのり兄様ご主人様どこにいるんですか？
I mean, if those male characters are so important, why are they not included in this game?
Exactly! Nitroplus is famous for their badass male protagonists, so it's a huge mistake to make a fighting game without any of them.
That's right. This character roster needs someone darker, stronger! An anti-hero with a dark past! Yes! Someone like... Kirito-kun!
You do know that this game has nothing to do with Sword Art Online or Dengeki Bunko, right? Anyway, Famitsu gave the exact same score to this game in Blade Arcus, and I think this is really unfair. Nitroplus Blasterz sure has its problems, but it's a solid fighting game full of content, variety, and with a complex system. And most importantly, this game actually got a network online World Wide Web mode.
And if this isn't enough for you, just take a look at the boxes for the limited edition of the PS4. And if girls with huge boobs are not your thing, don't worry! They got you covered with the PS3 limited pack box. Hey, don't give me that to look! You know that this stuff will make the game sell like crazy in Japan.
Nah, I just don't like Sonico.
You know what? I actually like her cute songs. Check this out.